people out. But then I realised I didn't really know.
He used to hang around going, "You alright? Yeah, we're fine, yeah. Do you want to know where to go?"
I tend to have a go even if I don't know.
Exactly. But I'm always terrified they'll come back and find you and go, "You led us astray."
Yeah.
So now I just affect a foreign accent.
There's a fella the other day, about 2 weeks ago, when I was walking in. Little old woman, little old fella come up to me and said, "Where's Wimpole Street?" So I said, I do know it. So I think it's over there. And then I'm not very good with street names, but I'm good that if you say, "Oh, there's a Boots on it."
Right.
Do you know what I mean? If there's something near it, it's like the same with directions when I used to drive a lot.
Yeah, or historical facts.
I don't know, like, old motorway names, you know, like M this and M that. I can never remember that, but my dad used to always say, "Right, there's a horse in the field, turn right," and stuff like that.
Good stuff, yeah.
And it's the same with this fella. He sort of said, you know, where's Wimpole Street? And I said, "Well, what are you after?" And he said, "I'm after some blood." And it was a lot. Yeah, there's doctors around there, isn't they? So I was like, oh. So that didn't help me.
What do you mean he was after some blood?
He said, "Oh, I need some blood." He must have had an illness.
Bleeding?
No, he just must have needed some new blood or something. He had some illness. And I was like, you know,
Why did he go to the pet shop and get some parrots?
No, but
Like he didn't have fangs and a cape, did he?
No, but do you know what I mean?
Oh,
that didn't help me out. But
What if he just said, "Well, some pile cream, actually. Can you..." You go, "Oh, we want Boots then?"
Yeah, he would have been alright. But I didn't know where to start with that.
I need some blood.
Yeah,
That's
just thought it's over there.
Yeah.
Just sort of pointed him away.
But so he was losing consciousness. You sent him the wrong way. He's dragging himself along the pavement. Is there blood this way?
Well, we've got to do Pilkington, haven't we?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, we should explain this, I think, shouldn't we?
Well, it's Carl's new idea for a TV show. He wants to do a TV show called Do We Need Him, where he goes round and he talks to experts like David Attenborough, David Bellamy, maybe Lenny Henry doing David Bellamy.
Right, yeah.
If he can't get the real one. And he just picks on an animal that he doesn't really like, doesn't think you need him, and an expert will tell him if we do, if this is the first instalment.
Let me put a song on, right? Now we've got him, and then I can set it up and stuff, and tell, you know, we could
explain it fully.
Explain it and that.
Let's do a classic. Let's do a big stomp in one of the best Christmas songs of all time, shall we?
What are you thinking?
Fairy Tale in New York.
Excellent. Oh, it's always
Homes
amazing.
featuring Kirsten McCall on XFM 104.9, the Christmas edition.
Indeed.
Next week, we've had loads of suggestions, Carl, for your best bits. It's basically all your best bits. Me and Steve are largely irrelevant in the voting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can compile your best bits next week, and they'll be loving it. We had a request for the little Chinese fella in his pants, a horse in the house, cutting your hair on the railway station.
If you haven't heard those stories, what does that mean? The little Chinaman in your pants, you've got to be tuning in next week to find out what that is.
The only thing is, the old horse in the house was in the last best of.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't stop. What's his name? If you're one of those people that want to see these clips again, tune in.
Oh, is it
it'll be
on
all-
over Christmas?
It'll
I
be
don't think
alright on the night 84.
so. Yeah.
Someone kill me. I think I'm gonna live forever.
Well, it's like we said before, who goes to the recording of one of those? There's always people in the audience,
Yeah.
aren't there?
That'd be
People
great.
actually, you know,
Tickets for it'll be alright on the night.
and they laugh at his jokes, but I mean, I don't know
I
what
think
the
how
jokes
many
are.
takes it, you know, I mean, how long it takes to record that. The show's about 3 hours, so the recording must be about 9.
Have you ever seen Kirsty's home videos on Sky
I
One?
think so, I think
it's,
so.
Kirsty Gallagher.
Dogs falling down
It's
slides.
like, it's like you've been framed, but
falling over in a wedding.
it's got audience laughter. But I'm assuming it can't be a real audience. I'm assuming it must be like
No, they've
Flintstones.
they've just lifted it from the Flintstones.
Yeah.
They laughed from the Flintstones.
A lot of people
yeah.
forget that the Flintstones had an audience. if you watch the Flintstones, there's laughter when Fred does something funny.
Yeah.
The idea of people being shipped in.
But we were talking
watch
about,
a cartoon.
I like the idea that some jokes weren't as funny as others.
Exactly.
Like the director going, "We'll put a laugh on that," and the producer going, "It's not as funny." I think
Dino
it's
should
not
get
as funny.
Dino should get a round of applause every time he comes in. Everyone loves him. The kids love him. He's
We're making it up.
yeah, and Barney getting disgruntled because his jokes never get decent
Yeah,
laughs.
he's like wise.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like early wise.
Okay,
Anyway, so
Carl, here we
yeah.
go. It's an exciting feature that I think will be picked up by Channel 5. It's going to be Carl Pilkington, Do We Need Him, where Carl goes around checking out animals with top experts, asking whether we need them in the world.
Yeah. So, this is the first one. We won't do it next week, but I'm already sorting out the contact. We will be looking at octopus, because they're a bit weird.
Okay.
So that's what you got to look forward to in 20, in 03.
Again, if you have an animal that you feel is unnecessary in the world, then email us, and I'm sure Carl will investigate for you.
Well, the other thing as well, whilst we're onto that, I want to sort of have a bit of research with me. So when I speak to the bloke or the woman about the octopus, right? I want
You want to be armed with the facts.
Well, sort of response from listeners, so I can say, well, 70% of XFM listeners said we should get rid of them.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like Jon Snow does on Channel 4 when he does all, like, politics
stuff,
stuff. So, if you agree with me, just send an email saying yes. And
What,
if you don't-
so yes, we should get rid of them.
Yes, yeah. Or,
Yes, get rid of them. Because the house believes always we should get rid of these animals. You're picking animals you want to get rid of. So yes is, get rid of them. No is, don't get rid of them.
well, and not no, it's Noah, because they go on the Ark. The ones we keep go on the Ark.
That element I'd completely forgotten about, and I think that's a wise move, because I don't think that's working. I don't think you've thought through the whole Noah. So, and that's just complicating the show, I think.
So yes, we get rid of them. Noah, they're saved on the Ark.
Yeah.
Right, okay,
Right,
so here we
lovely.
go then, jellyfish.
So
Do we need 'em?
today we're looking at jellyfish in Pilkington. Right, I'm talking to Vicky, who works in an aquarium in Anglesey, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Right, brilliant. Today we want to find out if we really need jellyfish. I've got a bit of a problem with them anyway, because I've been stung by one, and I've done a little bit of research into them. So I'll tell you what I know about them.
Okay.
You might learn some stuff from me,
Oh, well, you never know.
and if I'm talking nonsense, just tell me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. So first of all, they don't have eyes, do they?
No, they don't.
Right. So I'm right with that. No lungs.
No. No lungs,
They haven't got a heart.
no hearts, heartless.
And they're made up of like 97% water,
Yes, they are.
so they're pretty useless, really.
Well, they have got a nervous system. They're actually about 650 million years old, so they've evolved and they've outlived the dinosaurs, and they're even older than the sharks, and they can even outfox us, because NASA scientists have worked with them to try and work out how they operate in weightlessness, and they still don't know how they do that. Took them into space actually to figure out how they did that.
Seems like a bit of a waste of money, but... Do you know Port Maddock? I used to go there a lot from the holidays, and there used to be a load of them washed up on the beach. People on motorbikes used to go over them and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is
Well, we get the moon jellyfish. That's the ones with they've got pink bits in the middle.
Yeah,
That's their reproductive
I
bodies.
think that was them. I think they're the ones who went over on the bike because you could
Yeah.
see pink bits. What do they do? If the jellyfish went, would we have a problem on our hands, do you think?
Okay. You might have a bit of a knock-on effect because things like turtles eat jellyfish.
Yeah, but do we need turtles?
Well, don't forget that when you take out something from the marine system, something normally feeds on. I mean, they're not just there for the fun of it. Something either feeds on it or feeds on what they excrete.
What you're saying is they exist to sort of feed others and also to eat some stuff that's...
Well, yeah, it is that might otherwise be a problem.
Okay, well, let's kind of wrap this up, right? The question that I'm asking today is, do we need them? Say if Noah
Yeah.
had his ark, right? You've swum and got on the boat. You're all right. You're safe. He's going to keep you to sort of populate the world as well, right? So it's you and him. He's not a bad-looking fella, so you're happy.
Yeah.
He says to you, Vicky, do we need them?
Absolutely.
I don't even know why she even gave you that interview. When you start off with, right, trying to find out if I need you, but what did you tell her to get her to talk to you?
Just said I'm doing some research on stuff.
Did she think you were a schoolboy or something?
No, she just said, oh, all right. She said, how long will it go on? For not long, just like 5 minutes, have a quick chat. And she loved it, didn't she? She sounded happy to take part in that.
So the fact
I
that
love the fact that you've got an expert and you suggest that she's going to be having sex with Noah. He's a good info, so you're happy. She goes, yeah. I mean, I don't know why you stopped there. I didn't go into positions or something. I can't believe.
The problem is, really, I didn't get to the bottom of what I wanted to say because...
Oh, no, you did. That's it. That's done now.
I've got to
That's
do it
a
in
pretty
4
good
minutes.
academic work. That's proved, yeah.
No, but the turtle thing, you know, when she said, oh, if you get rid of them, the turtles, you know, won't have anything to eat. But when she said that, I mean, I couldn't say it because it would have took her off and confused her. But...
well,
like,
she's a scientist. She's easily confused.
well, say, like, when Suzanne is working, right, I'm not a very good cook, so I always get, like, an Indian in.
What to do the cooking for you?
So, right, I'll have an Indian. Right, now say if, for some reason, it closed, I get a Chinese. So why don't the turtle just... there's loads of stuff in the sea. But I didn't want to get too heavy on her, but...
It's pretty deep.
Oh, that is genius.
But we'll look at...
But so the fact that she said, yes, you need jellyfish, does that mean that you've changed your... I mean, what I'm saying is, does her answer go? Does that
yeah,
stand?
it does, yeah.
It does, does it?
It does, yeah. Whatever I get the expert to say, I try and get him in a corner.
Right, you try and argue her into a corner.
Argue him into a corner, but that time she wasn't having any of it, so we've got to carry on having them.
Yeah.
So in the new year we'll be looking at octopus.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, great.
Brilliant.
Let's play some feeder. Christmas.
I think this often...
Carl with his Victoria Plum. I want to see a Victoria Plum. I want to know what it is. Does it look like a little gnome?
It's a woman gnome.
A female gnome?
Yeah.
A little gnome.
Yeah.
Did your mum collect gnomes?
She likes anything gnomes, she likes fairies, she likes Indians. She collects all that stuff. And it doesn't matter what it is.
What do you mean?
You know, like a proper Indian with all the headgear on.
Or a Native
A
American.
Native American.
She likes anything with them on, like, you know, it can be a fridge magnet, it can be,
Yeah.
just
A
anything.
lot of Native American wisdom is around the fridge magnet because they think it has special powers of adhesion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you read some of their
great
writings, the great works. It reminds me, talking of gnomes, he said to me in the week, he went, "Oh, did you see that programme on telly last night about dwarves and fellas without legs nicking cars?" And I went, "No." He went, "Oh, it's amazing, right? Because they haven't got legs and that. They scoot along and they can nip into a car like the Dukes of Hazzard."
Explain more, Carl.
No, you see, I didn't see it, someone else told me about it.
Oh,
That's what I said to you. I said, did you see it? Because I missed it. And it's about these little fellas, who, specialise in car nicking. And the thing I wanted to know is, because this lad who sort of only watched half of it.
is he like you?
Well, I said, I can understand how it's easy to get in, but then how do you get away? Because you can't reach the pedals.
Yeah.
Can there be two of them?
But presumably he opens the car
but
for
that's
someone
not good,
else.
is it?
What do you mean?
What, so he's steering and he's like, right, press the brake a bit.
And then there's one that's just legs but without the top half.
I don't understand how this helps them though. What are they? Why does this make it easier for them to steal
Because they can
cars?
just get through the window really quickly, like in the Dukes of Hazzard.
What?
Because their legs don't get in the way.
Right.
Do they just run? And just...
But
They
what do you
can't.
mean the window? I mean, what? So someone's driving along.
No, I didn't see it.
And
This is
leaves
why
the
I'm
window
asking
open?
you. I didn't see
Do they
it.
leap in when there's someone still driving the car?
I don't know.
Well, there's too many things left unanswered here. I
Well,
can't go
maybe
over
someone's seen
Christmas
it and
and
they
not
can
know.
email in. But that's sort of...
This panicked you anyway, I imagine.
I bet you were gutted you missed that programme, weren't you?
Well, I'm interested in stuff like that. Because I like learning, which gets us on to educating Ricky.
Oh, excellent. Slick.
We've
Go on.
had a good year of stuff. Teaching
We have.
stuff.
Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Can you remember any of the
Of course I
highlights?
can. There was a deaf girl and she hit her head and she could hear.
Yeah.
There was also some people who ate tomatoes thought they were poisonous on lead. There was also a doctor who gave a blood transfusion with some parrots from the pet store.
Yeah.
Because the doctor in America, and it was the olden days when the lines were bad, said give him his parents' blood, and the doctor this side thought said give him some parrot's blood. So that was true, and that educated me.
That was fact. What have you got for us?
Well, we've only got two, because I've taught you about jellyfish today, that
Yeah.
we need them, so we've only got two things to go at, and I give them a little headline so you remember them to make them snappy. The two headlines you've got, oh, what a catastrophe.
Okay.
And the second one is, well, you'd think it'd be Bughead, wouldn't you?
What?
Well, you'd think it'd be Bughead, wouldn't you?
You'd think it beat
No, you'd think it'd be.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be Buggered, wouldn't you?
Bughead.
Bughead.
This can't be. If this is anything with a bug living without a head, I'm not interested. Because we've done it. All you've done is
Well,
found.
let's just do what a cat.
So it is that. Well, do that
give
one
us the
first.
Bughead one.
Which
Do-
one? Which one are we
No,
doing?
do the Bughead one.
Right, well, the Bughead one. Well, we've talked a lot about animals, and haven't we, without heads?
Surprisingly, we have. I think a disproportionate.
Listen, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, we've done all that. We've covered worms. The way if you cut their head off, it grows back. If you don't cut too high above its neck. We've covered
The chicken.
the fella who blinked.
Yeah. I can't go into it again.
Right.
Let's not go into it again.
We've had the chicken with no head that lived for
Yeah.
8 months.
Yeah.
And we've had
And we've had the
cockroaches.
cockroaches living for a week without an head.
Right, okay.
Well, it's a bit more on the cockroach front, really.
Right.
They've found, right, that if you get a cockroach and you cut its head off,
Yeah.
right, and then you find a cockroach that's still got its head, but it hasn't got any legs,
Right.
right, it's not over for both of them, right? Because what you can do, you get the one that's got the legs
Right.
with no head,
Yeah.
sort of running around, get the one with the head, sit it on top of it,
Right.
get a little tube
Okay.
so that the fluids.
So is this aunt is go out of the
Let
room?
him finish.
This is like Blue Peter.
Let him
You could get this for Christmas.
Right, you
Yeah.
get a little tube, you sit that on top so the bodily fluids are still running between the two.
Right.
The head of the one on the top will control the feet of the one on the bottom.
Okay.
What about
Good.
And, will it continue to live?
that? Yeah.
Okay, you don't know that for sure, do you? Just guessing.
That was just a
No,
question out of the blue
that's-
he wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of that?
Good, yeah, it's great. Yeah, just a primitive nervous system that can, yeah.
Did you expect us to be more impressed and excited by that? Did you fall off your chair when you read that? Did you literally topple off? Going,
Did
"Whoa, look at
you
cartoon."
think you were going to be the Frankenstein of the insect world?
Yeah.
No, I just was thinking if they can do that, you know,
With them, can they do it with
them,
humans?
Because I also did a bit of research
course
on.
you did.
Did you come to the sort of conclusion that apart from the moral aspect of it, that the human was probably more complicated than?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Things move on, don't they? Do you know what I
Modern
mean?
science, Rick.
You know, I had Binatone as a kid. Now they've got PlayStation 2, and the difference in 10 years.
They
is
have
amazing.
found that if you lose your head, a cockroach can live normally on your body, but not the other way around. Your head on it cannot control its legs because it's
Yeah.
too complicated
It's
for
too
your
confusing.
brain. So, yeah.
Well,
So,
then other research. Because I thought if you don't learn from that, I'll give you something else for free, right?
Go on. Free.
That they can clone people. The only reason they don't do it, right? Say if like Ricky needed a lung, right? They could clone you and make you the same. But the only reason they don't want to do it is because it'd be a bit horrible, wouldn't it? So
and it would take sort of 18 years for me to get an adult lung.
And there's all kinds of moral implications.
yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? You hadn't thought of that?
So sorry, because lest we forget, Rick, he ended with the only reason they don't do it is because it's a bit horrible and that. Which scientist said that?
Right, let's leave
That's
that
a
then.
quote.
Right.
From the song of
then
the-
That's not it. That's not the other one.
That's it.
No. That was just, you know.
We've
just
got another one to come.
Oh, I
Teach us
can't wait.
the headline again. What was the headline
the
again?
headline. Oh, what a catastrophe.
Looking forward to it.
Mark.
Yeah, a bit more council. This is from his covers album. This is called Snowbird.
He's so happy that the XFM listeners understand his stupid clues, and he knows it annoys me.
We've got some right
We'll
answers
be
for
giving out the
Rockbusters.
answers just quickly, just in case someone sort of missed one of them. I'll just quickly do them. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
First one. There's a load
Your
of letters.
show.
There's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Ask your mum if you should.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
And a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket.
It was
at the fruit
Christmas,
and
that's
veg
why.
counter. and that's B.
Okay, we'll give those answers out shortly.
Yeah.
I just have to show you something, Rick, before we move on. I know we've got another Educating Ricky, but someone just sent this in.
Yeah.
They've been looking on eBay for Victoria Plum.
You're joking?
Come here and see the photograph.
Oh God, that's fantastic. Have a look.
That's it.
Oh God, he got that for his mum.
It's the worst piece of tat I've ever seen.
Carl! Oh, Carl. Imagine how... Oh,
Gut